Hello everyone and welcome to another unit comparison in the Red Dragons Coalition. Today we're looking at two units, both ATGM vehicles of very different sorts and very different performances. The WZ-550 wheeled ATGM vehicle and the ZDF-89 tracked ATGM vehicle, and both of these can be an absolute terror. But let's see what Osama bin Lifton has to say as our expert player about which one you should use, why, and how.
All right, so the WZ-550, I think, and the ZDF, kind of common theme of when we're comparing units with me, but I think there is value in both. Very different roles. The WZ-550, obviously, it's got extra range, accuracy, and really high AP. The speed of the missile of this thing is actually just a bit slower than the Perret, the Israeli Spike missiles.
Really?
The WZ-550, yeah, it's I think 1200 speed
I almost
versus
wish they
Perret,
added
which
that
was
to the unit
1400.
card, because it's just, they're all different and it's really hard to keep track.
Yeah, and we do that in our mod, self-insert. But the
Blitzwar,
H,
hold on, proper shout out. Blitzwar community mod, one heck of a good time.
yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, well, I have love Blitzwar community mod. But anyways, getting back to the comparison, the WZ-550 was kind of the king of the ATGMs back in the day before Israel kind of came along. And it still is kind of, if Israel's not in the picture, probably still is the king. I do find it harder to get this to work with more experienced players because um, most experienced players keep their important units in smoke, pretty well in smoke. This
So
thing's got
you'll get a lock, you'll fire, and by the time it gets there, there's no visible target anymore, kind of thing.
exactly because of the extra range. Sure, you have a longer reach, but it also means that there's a longer flight time, and being just a bit shorter than the Spike NLOS, there's it adds up. You've got quite a long time to react to this missile. That being said, it will really when people see this unit, they're like they do kind of shit their pants a little bit. So
For good reason too. I mean,
yeah,
26
the
AP
fear
power,
factor
70
alone.
accuracy. Like, I see this thing and I think to myself, okay, this lane is closed to tanks.
Yeah, the fear factor alone does kind of have value in itself. Kind of going to the ZDF, that I prefer the ZDF more just because, first of all, it's got 2 armor all around. That makes it much more survivable compared to the WZ 550. The difference between 1 and 2 armor versus HE versus KE is a huge difference. You're taking double the damage from kinetic energy, for those who don't know. Um, so basically, a much more survivable unit. Being cheaper and having the same number of missiles means it's also less likely that the enemy is going to waste all your missiles by oversaturating you.
Now, am I
Um, you
seeing
know,
this correctly as well? They both have the same reload time, and the 10 seconds should mean that they fire twice and then reload.
I actually don't know how the reload time works for ATGMs on the unit card. I just know that they're incredibly misleading. So I highly recommend you use an armory tool to look at units like these. We
Or
also
just
have
try it out,
we
maybe,
have
and just make an
bots.
observation.
Yeah, there are also bots on the Blitzwar Discord and the Bootcamp Discord you can use. But hidden stats for these are very important to look at.
Fair enough. So just to wrap this up, I guess my question is, which one of these would you take in ranked and up or down vetted?
I would usually take the ZDF 89 and I would take it up vet.
Fair enough. Well, that's going to be our comparison for today. Hope you guys found it informative. We'll have another one here for you tomorrow.